Did you switch on? Mute is on. So it can
Hello. Welcome to this session on the Microsoft Framework Technology Stack. Today we are going to discuss what are the sets of technologies available in the current Microsoft .NET framework that has been released and is available for developers to create IT based applications. The first thing in the framework stack is a set of additional components that has been provided in the newer version .NET 3.0 onwards. The current version in the market for Microsoft .NET is 4.0. However, from the 3.0 version onwards, we had a couple of extended APIs that Microsoft released that added a lot of value to the way we develop applications today. The first set of APIs were clubbed together under something we today know as the WPF APIs or the WPF framework. WPF is a set of extended APIs that attach on top of the base class library or the CLR 2.0, which allow you to develop high-end graphical content for desktop based applications running on the Windows platform. What is that WPF does for you? The benefit of using WPF is you don't really need to know specifically a programming language to start creating high-end graphical user interfaces. The benefit of using WPF is you simply use a markup language pronounced as XAML and written as XAML, and the benefit of that is you can have a designer who can create high-end graphical content for you without really bothering about understanding a programming language or a Microsoft based development tool. You have today a lot of third-party tools like KXAML, also a Microsoft based tool called Expression Blend that allows you to create high-end XAML or XAML content for creating a very rich user experience from a UI perspective for a Windows desktop application. Once the designer creates this content, he simply ships it to the developer, who then later on goes and adds all the programming content to enable what is that will happen when the user clicks on these buttons or the UI controls that you see on screen. The thought process that went into this from Microsoft is initially when developing applications for the web, you had a nice little UI markup based HTML language that was applicable to create such content. The problem there, however, was the same concept did not descend down to Windows application development, where we were dependent on using programming content or programming language syntax to create UI material. Now, however, you can have a designer create content not only for the web, but also using markup with the WPF API for a Windows based application. The next set of APIs that Microsoft released was the WCF API. The benefit of using WPF is it's simply an enabler for service oriented architecture. The moment you want one application to talk to another, you enable that communication using a different series of protocols and a different series of options available under the WCF banner, primarily remoting, web services, COM+, etc., which are now clubbed together under a standard superset called the WCF technology stack. Finally, we've got the WF framework, which talks about Windows Workflow Foundation. Now, these extended APIs allow you to create reusable business logic components without really depending on writing cryptic if conditions, for loops, or creating class structures. The benefit of doing a WF implementation is you simply draw a graphical diagram to represent what is that you're trying to do as part of the business process. The concept behind using WF is you graphically represent a workflow or a business rule by representing it as a set of graphical objects that you put together. The benefit is there's a close connect between the business analyst who goes and sources requirements from the client and the technical community, because now you don't need to really create a very cryptic functional document. The BA and the technical community can now be in the same frequency. Looking at the diagram created, it's very easy for a non-technical person to understand the flow of what the application is doing. That's it in terms of the add-on APIs available that ship along with the .NET Framework 3.0 onwards. Thank you.